Are your LEGO displays just not working out? Well, I've got a solution for you. Today I'll be showing you how to turn this into this. Hey guys, so today I'll be showing you how to build some LEGO style display stands, and I will be showing off 5 models and giving tutorials for 3. Now obviously I'll get to those other 2 later on in the video, so you'll have to stay tuned. Now the point of this video is to give you some ideas for how to elevate your displays with some stands, just because I believe that it makes them look so much better, and really just giving you a point to start off at, but this is LEGO, so of course be creative. Now let's get into it. The first stand that I'll show off is definitely one of the more versatile ones, but also the more basic ones, but it really just works quite well. This stand is probably one of my favorites, and it's definitely one of the easiest ones to build, so let's get started. Here are all the parts that you'll need, however some of these are definitely substitutable for other ones, but of course I'd watch through the instructions and then see what you can do from there. Now the first step requires 3 2x12 plates, and then for 2 of these you will need a 2x8 on top, and then for one of them you will need a 2x10 on top. You'll then attach it to the 6x8 open Technic brick with lots of Technic holes in it. I will remind you again that a lot of these parts are substitutable. Next you'll get this Technic beam with these Technic pins all in it, and it'll have to be in this exact arrangement. Then get another one and basically attach them like this. This is the Technic beam that has 9 holes in it. Next you'll need 2 1x2 bricks with Technic holes in it, and basically put them on this side with only 1 pin on it. Next you'll need to grab a 1x8 brick with Technic holes in it, and the specific place you'll have to put this is as far up as it can go on here. Now you need to get the 3 pins and basically put them in there. You can kind of see what I mean in the video. Next we'll be making it look a lot better. So now you're going to get a 4x4 plate. This is definitely very adjustable depending on what you're displaying. And then you'll need 3 of these minifigure plate elements, which are 4x3, and of course just have the 4 holes. Again, this is very adjustable if you want it to be fully tiled, but of course that's all up to your preference. Now is the satisfying part, where you attach the 2 parts together. Now you need these Technic pin elements and basically just stick them in there, and this will be getting them ready to be placed in here. Now this next part can be a bit hard, but basically you just have to line it up with the first hole and then push the pins in. If it lines up, it'll go in, but this may take several tries, as it can sometimes be difficult. And the final part is to simply build a stopper. This can be done in a variety of ways. You can see how I did, but basically just put it at the back and then that'll make it flow better. And there's your stand done. Now the set that I would specifically recommend to display with this is the new TIE Fighter from 2021. This set definitely works really well with it, and you can see the stand just move in multiple different angles, and I really like how this looks. This next stand is definitely the most basic in terms of building techniques, as there are no Technic parts in it. It's all just bricks, and this just shows that you don't need Technic to make fancy display stands. Here are all the pieces you'll need for this specific model, and we'll get to the transclear studs soon. You're going to start with this base element. This one here is a 6x8 plate. Then you'll get these angle plates and basically put them on in this formation. This is all for decorative stuff though, it's not really effective for the build. Then you'll basically need some more angled stuff with this, and it also has a 2x6 attached to the bottom. In case you are confused, I will just show you what the build should look like so far from all angles. Basically it should look exactly like this. Now next up you're going to need a 4x4 plate. Here I've just used a 4x4 plate with a 2x2 missing in the middle, and then used transclear red studs. Now this is basically just to show you guys that really you can do this with basically just what's lying around. I honestly haven't even changed this yet, but it's honestly fun. It adds a little bit of colour into the black, and you can't really see it, you just kind of know it's there. Next you'll need a stack of 6 2x4 bricks. Again, the most basic brick ever, but it really works in this scenario. Then you'll need this sloping brick just to basically put there. This adds a lot of decorative stuff. Then I just basically got a profile grill brick and just put it here, again for detail though, and it also has a slope on it, one of those 1x2 cheese slopes, just because again that slopes well and makes it look good. Next you'll need 2 of these 1x2 upward facing clips with one of these cheese slopes on it, being the 1x2 one. You'll also need one of these modified plates that'll obviously just attach there and sit on that cheese slope. For some more decoration, I just added a grill tile there at the back. Now this could just be in tile or anything you want. And then I also just added another 1x2 slope there, which just helps with the sloping. Now next you'll need the plate attachment. Basically just get a 2x3 plate there on the bottom, and then change the plate on top to whatever you need for your set. And then the stand is done. Now the set I'd recommend for this is definitely an X-Wing. Like seriously, the stand just works really well for this. I love the angle it gets it on with the side. Just displaying it like that makes it look so much better. Now the final stand here with the tutorial is definitely the most complicated one. It's still pretty basic, but it's also the one that can hold the most weight. Now here are all the parts you'll need. Again, this looks like a lot, but remember, again for the last time, some of these are substitutable. Now you're going to start off with 4 of these angle plates. I don't know how else to explain them, they're very complicated. Then you're going to get a 4x8 plate and then put 2 1x6s in the middle there, or just a 2x6, whatever you want. And basically you'll just attach all of the legs there, and yeah, it'll kind of form this little stand. You can do this in multiple ways, but this is just the way I did it, and I think that it looks kind of nice and at least unique. Next you're going to have to put a 4x6 plate on there, and then on top of that get one of those Technic bricks, the open ones, the boxes I'll call them, and then place that on there. Next you'll need a 9 long Technic beam and put the pins in there in the exact place, and then also get another one and put it in one lower with of course one of those pins just poking out the bottom. Then you'll basically just attach it into the box there and it should sit in flush. Next you'll need this 1x2 brick with a Technic cross hole in there with also 2 1x2 plates underneath it, and you'll put 2 of these on each side. They'll basically just sit there. So you get this 4 long Technic axle and then just put it in there. It doesn't matter on the color because it will be covered up. So just shove it in there and then it should all line up correctly, and then that should be very stable. Next you can just make it look a bit better. I've got 2 1x2 bricks there and then also one of those sloping bricks underneath. It can just be a 2x4, whatever you want. Just basically close in that real weird gap and then just put it in with some bricks. You can also put a plate or 2 on top and then that'll look really nice. Main thing you need to do to make it look nice though is obviously cover up that red part. So just obviously put a bracket there hanging low, and then I just put some sloping bricks on there, and then it does look really nice. Next you'll want an upwards bracket. I just also put a slope there, a cheese slope there on the back, and then just kind of put them in here facing inwards. This just makes it a little bit more stable. It doesn't really do much, but if it does end up bending, it'll just stop it, and it also looks a bit better. Next comes the technical part. So get one of these bricks, I honestly don't know what they're called, and then put it in with a 3 long Technic axle. That should go in there. Also get another one of those and put it on the other side. Then you will want another one of those 3 long bricks, and basically then just put a 9 long beam there. And then you'll just need to put a 1x2 brick there with a Technic hole. Next, all you need to do is put a 2x8 plate there on top, just to make it look a bit better, and of course bring it all together. Building something separately now, get this brick here. It's different to the other ones because it's not too wide, it's just one. Then put a pin in there, and then you're just going to want to put a 2x4 plate on top. Next, you'll need to grab a 1x6 plate and then put it in behind there. Next, what you want to do is grab 2 more 2x4 tiles. Theoretically, this could be a 4x6 if you had it, and then just put them there. You'll also need 2 2x4 plates stacked together, and then just put that on the other side, and then that should stabilize it, and it's also required for later. Now you want to grab what you just built and basically just attach it to what we already built there, and it should look like this. So just make sure that it's flush with the other thing, and then it should be perfect. Except there's an issue. This happens. So what we're going to need to do now is build a stabilizer, and that'll also help it so it doesn't go down too far. So this can be done in multiple ways. I basically just did it like this. It's just a mash of parts that makes sure it fits, and then you can do this in multiple ways, but if you look there at what I did, basically then you just attach it on to that 1x2 brick there, and then also to the 2 plates there at the bottom, and then that should sit flush and it won't be breaking anytime soon, and it's fully stable. Stand can now hold even a raised crest, and that's definitely the set I recommend displaying this with because it just looks so good. Again, I love that downwards angle, but obviously it is also adjustable, and you can do it so that's flying upwards if you just turn the ship around. Again, these last 2 stands are ones that I won't do tutorials for. However, if you guys do want to see it, please let me know down below. I will happily make a sequel video. This stand specifically works for the Mandalorian Starfighter, and I love that upwards angle, but it can even be changed to a downwards one if you want, which is the great part about this stand. And you can also figure out how to build it based on all the techniques I've taught you in this video. And the final stand here is definitely the most complicated one and most technical one, but it is honestly still pretty basic. This is what I call the shuttle stand, and the set that I'd recommend for this one is obviously the Bad Batch shuttle, but this could also work with stuff like the Imperial shuttle. And the way that the Bad Batch shuttle looks here, I've always thought it looks like one of those balancing bird toys, because really the shape just looks like it. And yeah, those are all of the 5 stands and all of the 3 tutorials. I do hope that you guys have enjoyed. Again, these are just really ideas, so please let me know what you've done down below because I am interested in hearing it. However, yeah, that'll be all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like and subscribe. That'll be all, folks. Goodbye.